Kevin King, Casey here on the program again today. Keith Berry coming up, Bellator 170. Big event, obviously with TRT's last fight. He's going to retire. We'll see if he actually retires against Chael Sonnen as the main event. It seemed like that that the report came out that you're being added to the card. It seemed like you're being added to the card really late as far as the press release goes. But you've known for a while that you've had a fight, right?
Yeah, I was kind of in a transitional phase of seeing where I was going to end up after, being with UFC. And I wasn't exactly sure that I was going to make it to be on that card initially. And we were working out the details and figuring things out. And then they were like, they gave me the green light. And, so I had been previously training. I fought last, August 27th. But I've been training since then, man. So I'm more than ready. And definitely excited to jump right back into a big card like this at the Forum.
Now, are you still doing most of your training at Black House?
Yeah, I do. I do my wrestling over there with Kenny, and all my sparring is done there mainly. But also, I've been still working with Anthony Hardonk at Dynamics with the Dutch kickboxing style. And I think that when me and Anthony started initially, I came to him with 8 weeks in a camp. And just said, hey, will you coach me? And he said, yeah, of course. But I didn't really feel like I gave myself enough time to really gel with that high level system. So now I'm going on my third fight camp with him, and I really feel that everything's gelling and everything's melting together well. And I brought a new strength and conditioning in. I remember last time we talked, and you had mentioned working with Alan's trainer, Alan Joban. And, Alan recommended Taylor Ramsdale to me. And, man, I've worked with Taylor for the last 4 months, and I'm just in phenomenal shape. And, it's one of those things that as fighters, we always say we're in the best shape of our life going into a fight. You know how it is. But, literally this time, man, the rounds that I've been doing in the camp and the pace that I've been able to keep up with, it's just night and day.
In your UFC run, you didn't do honestly really well, 1-2-1, which was not, indicative of what you can actually do, with a bunch of no contests thrown in there too. You did a couple of NCs in there, but it's still, you seemed really flat-footed against Sam Alvey. You didn't look really good against Natal. Is switching promotions going to help with that feeling and that look now jumping into the Bellator cage?
I think it's more a matter of switching my strength and conditioning, not the promotion. So, if your body's not prepared properly and you don't have the right people in the right places, it doesn't matter if you have a Ferrari. The engine's not tuned up properly. So, I made those adjustments. And whether I shine in UFC or whether I shine in Bellator, I'm going to go out there and shine.
So last time we spoke to, you also spoke about strength and conditioning, but also you got your diet kind of under control. Is your diet still the same as it was for your last couple of fights?
My diet is good, and I believe the commission allows us to use IVs. I think the California Commission hasn't axed that and got rid of that yet. So as far as I know, I'm able to use an IV to rehydrate. So my weight's under control. Everything, if I had to go down the checklist right now, everything is on point for the fight.
So how much weight are you going to cut water-wise when it comes to fight? Basically at the time of this interview, we're a week away from the fight. We're 6 days away from making weight. How much water weight are you going to be cutting between now and then?
Probably around 6 pounds, 6 pounds tops.
So you are pretty light then?
Yeah, I woke up this morning at about 193.5.
Wow, that's really good. So you are in better shape. At least it shows that your body's adapted to how things are, and as a result, your weight's come down. Is that a little bit too light for you?
I don't think so, because I feel that my power is still there. I honestly lifted more weights in this training camp, more deadlifts, more squats than I have in my professional career. And initially, I thought that would affect the weight coming down, but I brought the body fat percentage down, and my strength is just unbelievable. But the performance, I always look good. I always have the look, but my performance is just, the speed with the power is there.
So now we got to see how that speed and power works against Keith Berry. So he's 15-13, you're 9-5. Neither one of you have stellar records. Neither one of you, are looking at that 20-0 mark, obviously. So how does this fight, is this a good fight for you to finally get a win after, honestly, last 4 fights are 2 losses, a draw, and a no contest? You know what I'm saying? Like, to get finally back in the win column. Is this fight a good fight for you?
I feel I will be prepared to face anybody at this point, the way my body feels. But, Keith Berry looks like an opponent who has a lot of experience. He's going to come in hungry. He's had some time off. So I imagine, he wouldn't step back in unless he was more than prepared. So, everybody knows him. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put on the show and make an example out of him.
You haven't fought since August of 2016. He hasn't fought since October of 2014. So there's a long layoff. Do you feel like, obviously you have been more active, obviously, in the last couple of years. Do you feel like that is really going to play a big difference? Is the last couple of fights ring experience, whether the wins or losses or draws makes no difference? That you've had more time in the cage is going to be the huge factor in this fight.
You know what? I expect him to come out and just come out a little bit hot. Initially, the anxiety and the anticipation. So that makes him just as dangerous as anyone. So I'm not overlooking the fact that, he's been sitting out and he doesn't have the experience, because that makes him more dangerous. He's not going to come out as relaxed as someone who's been in the action and has that poise. So I expect him to come out throwing hard and trying to end the fight in the first round. So I'm prepared for a tough, and especially, in the first round, expecting it to go fast and high pace.
Ring rust obviously is going to be a factor for him because he's been out for so long. Like you said, the anxiety is what adds into ring rust and that kind of game. But you're right. He's a guy that's not going to be is not going to take a fight unless he's prepared and gotten better from the last time that he fought.
100%.
It's tough. You can see old tape on him, but you're not going to see any kind of new tape. Does that make it tougher to prepare for a guy like this?
You know what? Honestly, like you say, man, 2 years is a long time. You can rebuild your body. You can rebuild your game. And so I'm really going into this fight without an expectation on what he's going to do. I've noticed some of his tendencies from the previous fights, but at the same time, to me, it's all about my preparation. I'm going to go out there and impose my will, and does he have the skill to be able to stop it? Me with a full gas tank is a completely different fighter. It's never, if I look at my career and you look at how many first rounds that I've lost, out of over, I think about 20 fights, I've lost first round maybe 2-3 times. So it's always been an issue for me, not just a technical thing. It's always been an issue of just having the gas and being able to go out there and push hard.
How hard was it to really admit, hey, look, I got a problem in the later rounds. I have a problem in the third round. I have no energy. I have to fix this. Not only the mental game, but also now trying to put the physical game, like making somebody push you through physically to get you in shape. Like, how hard was that?
It's easy to recognize your issue, but every time you break down a training camp and you try something different, we're always bringing in a new recipe. And every time you feel confident in that, because it's not an issue of do I work hard in the gym? Everyone knows I work hard. But if it's about the expertise of the individual who knows how to make your body peak at the right time, to bring your VO2 max up, to have you have that proper intensity along with the strength. So that's an art form. And, there was a period of time when I was with Fitnex, which was a facility that had, a guy who was under that Gavin program that GSP used. And that's when I fought for RFA. And I felt like I was really on fire then. And then that program kind of fell through. And then I had some people who were a little bit, not as professional, running my programs. And me being a lifelong athlete, I just felt like as long as I train hard, I'll be ready for a fight. But there's a different intensity. There's a different way to peak the body. And Taylor has really brought me to another level.
So it looks like Kevin Case can be ready to go, ready to rock, finally get himself back into another win column. Where do you think this is? If it's an exciting knockout and you blast through him and finish him up in the second round, what do you think is going to happen with you in Bellator next?
You know what, man? My eyes are looking at the belt. And I'm not to say the next fight will be the belt, but that's what I'm in this promotion to do. That's why I continue to fight at 35 years old, because I keep progressing. My skill set keeps getting better, and I have a lot of fight left in me. So there's no doubt in my mind that the tweaks that I've made are going to put me in a position to go over there and take advantage of it. I see that, there are some tough guys in the division that are some good fights, but I match up well, in my opinion, with any of them.
I like how it works. Kevin, thanks so much for coming on here. Thanks so much for being so candid and open about what's been going on with you. Can't wait to see you. I'll actually be at the fight this weekend, so I'll see you over there.
All right, brother. Thanks again, Frank. I appreciate it.